Welcome to the festival and welcome to my session, which is Momentum Check. So, thank you to the team at Intuitive Wisdom Academy for creating this space, building a festival where people actually practice something rather than just hearing about it is really important. So, this isn't a small thing, and I'm really glad to be part of it. Before we begin, find a piece of paper and a pen. You'll need them. Not a notes app, actual paper. There's a reason for that. It's part of helping you really process things with your body, and handwriting notes plays a role in that. So I encourage you to take notes by hand, have something handy throughout this session to just jot down your thoughts, and we will be doing some precision practices. So let's land first, and then I'll introduce myself and give you an overview of what we'll be doing over the next hour. So, wherever you are, whether you're sitting, standing, watching this on your phone at an odd hour, or sitting at your computer, take one breath that's slightly slower than the one before it. Not a performance. You don't have to do anything with the breath, just slower. Notice it. And now just feel the weight of your body. Get embodied with me. You're not just your brain. You're not in the future. You're not in the past. You're here present with me right now. Notice where your body is in contact with something: the floor, a seat, the back of your chair. And now take another breath. And just think or jot down, how are you arriving right now? Just one word. Maybe you're tired, excited, curious. Nobody's judging what you think you should say, so just say what's true right now. Just note it down. How are you arriving? Maybe you're coming from a session before this. Maybe you're watching this some other time, but wherever you're coming from and whatever's going on around you is the right place to start. So we work from what's actually going on, not the ideal. And I think that's really important for a lot of these practices because sometimes we can tend to think we have to be in an ideal state or an ideal setup or an ideal place before we can drop in, be fully present. That's not necessary. You can be present wherever you are. All it takes is practice. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Betsy Reed. I'm the founder of Embodied Leadership Lab, which is a space for leaders. And leaders are everyone. You can lead yourself, you can lead your family, you can lead an organization. But it's a space for leaders who want to work on what's actually driving decisions, not just strategy. Because there's a quote that I use quite often that I love by Mike Tyson, a boxer you might have heard of, who says, everyone has a strategy until they get punched in the face. So whatever's running in our nervous systems actually create the relationships, the impact, the culture, the systems around us. And the good news is we can actually address whatever is running in our nervous systems through practice. So this session, as I've said, is called the momentum check. Somebody once said to me, direction is more important than pace. And I've kind of deconstructed that saying because direction is important and pace is also important. So we're going to examine both in this session. You need to know where you actually want to go, obviously, but in a world that is obsessed with speed and output, you sometimes also need to check your pace, slow down, maybe course correct on your direction. It's about giving yourself time to check your momentum and to ask yourself a key question that we will get to in our precision practice. Pace is important because we often feel like we don't have time, right? That maybe life is living us. We are not setting the pace in our own lives. We're not in charge of time in our own lives. And today is a chance to challenge that because Your body needs time to check in, to see what's going on around you, and you need time to check in with your body. We've been trained for years to gather our thoughts, but many of us have not been trained to gather our full intelligence, what sits in our bodies and what can help us to check in on, is this momentum the right momentum? Is this momentum taking me the right direction? And is this the pace that I need to take to get where I want to go? But your body often knows the difference. So we're going to find out today what your body's been tracking about one thing that has momentum in your life right now. So we're not going to go into anything complicated. We're just going to focus on one thing. And we're going to do what I call a precision practice. It's not a journaling prompt. It's a precise check-in on what's actually running in you, in your nervous system. And then a chance to make a deliberate decision about what runs next, what happens next with your momentum. We're going to do 2 rounds. Grab your pen and paper. You'll have time to work in silence and pause this recording as we go. So, shall we dive in? So, I'm going to invite you. Again, maybe take a deep breath and be here with me. Bring to mind something in your life that has momentum right now. Maybe it's work, family, a project, a situation with someone else. Something that feels somewhat external to you, almost like it has a life of its own, like it's running and you're in it. You know what it is. It came to mind the moment I said it. So just pause for a moment and maybe jot it down. What is that situation? And now take 2 to 3 minutes to write it down a little more fully, not an analysis, a description. What's the setting? What is it? And what is the current pace of that situation? Fast, medium, slow, varied, whatever. Got it? You can always pause this recording and keep writing if you don't. Or if you need more time to slow this down and sink into it a bit more. Again, not analyzing yet, just describing. What has momentum? Just one thing. And what pace is it? Maybe you've got a feeling in your body already. Does the pace that comes to mind have a feeling in your body? Do you feel rushed? Do you feel held back? And does that sit anywhere in your body? Maybe that's a question you haven't asked yourself about it, but there's intelligence there. And if the answer isn't immediately obvious, don't worry about it. Just keep asking yourself the question, and eventually the answer will come. Now, here is a question I want you to sit with. And I want you to sit with it through your initial answer and then in perhaps the next answer, because sometimes the first answer is the one in your head. It's the one that you think you should have. And if you just sit with it a moment longer, the answer that unfolds from your full intelligence in your body is the deeper one. Or sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes we override our initial answer that is the right one because we rationalize it. So just notice what you're doing. So here's the question. Is this thing in my life that has momentum moving because I chose it or because I'm afraid to change the pace? I'm going to say it again. Is this thing in my life that has momentum moving because I chose it or because I'm afraid to change the pace? I'm afraid to slow it down or stop or speed it up or challenge the pace. Now pause this video and set a timer for 10 minutes. You're going to write and let the answer come from your body before it comes from your head. I'll be here when you come back. So again, that question, and I'll put it in the description below, is this situation moving? Does it have momentum because I chose it or because I'm afraid to change the pace? Just let the answer emerge. Don't edit. Don't stop. Maybe you want to walk around and ponder it and then put pen to paper. Maybe you want to draw it, whatever works for you to process this and to find the answer. Don't just settle for what comes out initially and make yourself right for the full 10 minutes. Pause now, and I'll see you when you come back. Okay, welcome back. What came up? You don't need to explain it, just name it. Maybe in a line, write it down for yourself. What came up? Does it want you to sit with it a little bit longer, or did it come up immediately? Something in you knew the answer to that question already. We're going to do another round, but this one is about embodying what came up. That means we're going to go one layer deeper. You've named what came up. Is there something in you that's afraid of changing the pace? And what does the pace need to be? You know that somehow. Okay, so you've named it. Let's go into embodying it. What did you find you needed to do? Do you need to stop, slow down, speed up, challenge the pace? Whatever that was for you, bring your attention to that pace change. Maybe it needs to stay the same. What does that feel like in your body when you think about enacting that in the situation you are dealing with? What does it feel like in your body? Close your eyes if you need to, pause this recording and sit with that. Does it make you feel tense? Does it make you hunch forward? Does it show up in your forehead as concentration or somewhere else in your intelligence? Maybe your gut squeezes. Maybe something opens. Feel it in your body because that is important data. Is there any resistance anywhere? Is there any excitement anywhere? Is there a block in your throat? Or notice maybe there's a feeling of relief somewhere. Acknowledge it. Don't judge it. Just acknowledge it. It's just data sitting there waiting for you to read it. Any tension you find, any relief you find. You don't have to change it. You're just noticing it, becoming conscious of it. Maybe feel it a little bit longer. And now, whatever that thing is, do you need to stop, slow down, whatever the pace change is? What does that look like? Is there an actual movement you can assign to it with your body? Something your body wants to do. Maybe it wants to move around or sit very still. Is there a sound? Is there a visual that comes to mind? Maybe it has a color or a smell. Whatever works for you, write it down, visualize it, dance it out, whatever works for you to just impress that, process it in your nervous system. And now give it form, whatever form it wants. Say it aloud to yourself. Draw it, write it, dance it. Pause if you need more time to express what's coming out, or just be with it if it's not coming yet. And now you get to choose. You get to choose what you do with the momentum and the pace that you're checking in on. You always get to choose. You are powerful. Do you need to adjust your body right now? You're not looking for a perfect answer, by the way. You're looking for an honest one. You're looking for the one that actually sits in you, that isn't being shoulded into something else. So, in relation to this thing, what is your honest choice right now? Maybe it's stop, start something different, continue, but differently. Whatever it is, come from a chosen place, not an automatic one. So here's one final question. the one that makes this an embodied practice rather than a thought exercise. And I really want to challenge you to sit with this until an answer comes. And it might not come in the pausing of this recording and sitting with it. It might come as you're walking down the street or drinking your coffee or in a month or 6 months. But I want to leave you with this question and then invite you to pause the recording for, again, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, whatever feels right to you, how immediately close to the surface the answer is. Okay, so here's the question. When you feel into your choice with the momentum that you're thinking about, what does it feel like in your body? It seems like such a simple question, but find just even a small version of it in your body. A sense of yes, a sense of no. Pause this recording, set a timer, 5, 8, 10 minutes. Hold yourself to finish that amount of time, because often when you're digging deep to finish that 10 minutes or whatever that you've set yourself a target to do, that's when the answer really comes outside the comfort zone, outside the natural thought patterns, outside of how you usually access your body's intelligence. So give yourself a time that's just a little bit too long and finish it. Pause this recording and take your time to answer that question. What does my choice feel like in my body? Okay, welcome back. Do whatever needs to be done with any answers, any questions maybe that came up in sitting with that final question. Maybe it wants language and wants to be written down. Maybe it wants a movement or a place in your body that you assign it. When I rub these fingers together, that answer comes to mind. Whatever it is, give it an assigned something. Give it life, give it form. So that was a precision practice. The same thing I use all the time when I work with leaders at every level. And it doesn't take a retreat or a course or even a breakthrough moment. Sometimes it just takes an honest question, the willingness to let the body answer it, and time to listen, time to give it form in your body or on a page. This is powerful stuff. It's seemingly simple, but not easy. When was the last time you did a practice like this? Probably recently if you're at a festival like this, but just remember your body holds the data that you need so often. And we are always reading situations, reading the room, and our body's intelligence is there to give us information that our brains often override or rationalize. So if we can create a better connection between our thoughts and our body, we have access to our full intelligence. And that unlocks great creativity, great potential for great strategic decision making, and just being smarter in our lives from our full intelligence. So, if this is of interest to you to continue, I run a monthly live community event for Embodied Leadership Lab. It's small by design, it's by invitation and approval. I look at every membership application personally, and it's for people like you who want to build the capacity to lead from full intelligence, not just from expertise, not just from the way things have always worked out for you, but through an embodied read of your nervous system and through practices that help to train your nervous system to be what it needs to be in the room, because your patterns show up before your brain does. And so often our strategy gets overridden by the patterns we're running from old scripts, antique wiring, childhood, trauma, all of those things. So please do join us, join me, join Embodied Leadership Lab if it calls to you. I'll drop the links below on how you can find us on Patreon, on my website, which is embodiedleadershiplab.com. Again, my name is Betsy Reed. You can reach out to me. I'll put my email address below. And I would love to know what this precision practice surfaced for you. Please drop it in the comments. I do read them and I would love to know. For anyone watching this who came through this Energy and Momentum Festival, thank you. For anyone who's watching this after the Synergy and Momentum Festival, check out the work of Intuitive Wisdom Academy. They're doing beautiful things, bringing together practitioners like me who are working in a different way, are working in a new way, and aren't just out there using old paradigm frameworks. And we're here to help you be the creative person that you are, because everyone is creative. It's just about learning how to access that and celebrate that about yourself, and maybe step into the discomfort of realizing you are creative. So I'm Betsy Reed. This has been the Momentum Check, and it's now yours to run anytime the pace starts running you.